And so it's another time out with us, wherever you are watching us from the broadcasting station of Lagos Television and here in Lagos, Nigeria, and across the world. We want to thank you again on another time out with Obafemi Craig on Issues and Trends with Craig as it is. Well, today, it's what is in the front burner of the media all over. It's what we are talking about. And the thing is that it's no more news. That is the news that in line with the directive of the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Adiolu Egbetokun, the Nigerian Police Force once again has reiterated the commitment to the enforcement of the mandatory third-party insurance scheme, which will commence on February 1st, 2025. And this is where we are. But how long, how well, how do we understand the workability, modality, operations, benefits of this insurance scheme? It's yet another thing. Well, my guest here today will throw more light and, of course, share her experience and professionalism, expertise, specialization in understanding how this will work at this time in talking about safety measures and security concern on our roads. We'll be right back after this break. After this short time, we'll take a look at the matter. Serious matter. Yes, that is what it is. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back, and of course, thanks for joining us. Well, across the world, wherever you are from the broadcasting station, we say a very big welcome as we get to meet my guest today, who will be taking us through the understanding of the workability, the modality, the operational functionality of how the third-party motor insurance scheme will, of course, drive in the state or in the country. Well, my guest is the Director General, Nigerian Insurers Association, NIA, Mrs. Bola Odukale. It is a great honor, ma, to have you join us.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
And I can understand that you have a high sense of responsibility to really address and contain this concern as we speak, knowing that it is something that people are really worried and concerned about, and I'm sure you're fully ready for that.
Yes, it's something of public concern, so it's of great concern to us as well. Yes, and we are set.
Thank you so very much for the honor of having you. Well, I just want to start on this note that it is no more news, given the directive and working in line with the directive of the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Adiolu Egbetokun, that the Nigerian Police Force once again has reiterated over and over again their commitments to enforcing the mandatory third-party insurance, which will commence or has already commenced this 1st February 2025. And this initiative, from what we gathered, or the aim from what we are told, is to reinforce, underlined, road safety measures and ensure that all vehicle owners comply with the stipulated insurance requirements to protect, that's another underlined word, to protect themselves and others on the road. How do we understand these key words, attached to the statement?
Yeah. So thank you very much, and thank you for having me here. When you talk of protection, in insurance protection, we use, different words. It comes in terms of having a cover, having something, a buffer for a risk that you are exposed to at any point in time. So for us, it's just as simple as, I'm exposed to this risk at any point in time while I'm on the road, as a road user, as a driver, as somebody who puts a vehicle on the road. What are the risks that I'm exposed to? And how do I ensure that I'm able to mitigate this risk? And I also am able to ensure that in the event of the occurrence of, those risks in this event of its occurrence, how am I to ensure that, somebody else there that I will be liable to is able to access compensation. So this is all about ensuring that every road user has compensation for the risks that they are exposed to on the road. Every road user. So if every motorist, that is out there putting a vehicle on the road, if you have your insurance in place, what your third-party insurance, what it ensures invariably is that both for the road users and for yourself, if you have a comprehensive insurance, you already have means of being compensated in the event of, an unforeseen circumstance of accident happening on the road. So, for anyone at any point in time, the important thing is that these obligations are important and is mandatory. If it is mandatory, why are we not doing it? If it is mandatory, what it means is that it's of immense benefit to every single person that is out there. And if it is mandatory, what the police is saying is, when government says something is mandatory, that means that it's a law that has to be obeyed. And that is why attention is being drawn back into this to ensure that everyone is protected while you are out there. You put your vehicle on the road there, or you are just, a road user, because your insurance covers the fact that that person that is out there is also out there as well as you are out on the road. That other person that is a third party is there. So that is why the minimum cover that is required, in the very least, in the very minimum, which is a third party motor insurance, ensures that that other person there is compensated.
Before we go into all these aspects of the compensation and of course the detailing into the essence of why this insurance is very, very necessary, I just want us to look at what the police said here so that we can dovetail into your own aspect of this commitment and dedication to ensuring that you do yours as a specialist and expert in this concern. The police did not mince words when they said that this initiative aims to reinforce road safety measures. The ordinary man out there, some of them may not understand what the police or even what the insurance is saying, operators or practitioners are saying in this concern. Do they really understand what they're saying? How would you let them understand this? That look, it is for your own good. It is for your own interest. That's safety measures. What are the safety measures we're talking about here?
Okay. So you're right. The problem has always been the ability to comprehend.
Comprehend?
Yes, the ability of an individual, an ordinary person, to comprehend the essence, the usefulness, the importance of, having a minimum of third-party motor insurance as far as road usage is concerned. When you put your vehicle on the road, the first thing is that you face a risk. You face a risk. And that risk is the risk of accident at any point in time. Nobody prays for it, but it does happen. It does happen, and it happens every now and then. So for anyone that faces the risk of anything, an ordinary person, when you face the risk of anything, I think the important thing and the most suitable thing to do is to see how you mitigate this risk. Is to see how you are able to, cover yourself, protect yourself around this risk that you are exposed to. That is the ordinary thinking of insurance in itself. So if the ordinary thinking is, there's a risk that I face every single time I'm out there, I put a vehicle on the road there. And this risk is not just to myself. This risk can also affect somebody else. Whatever happens can affect somebody else. How do I then ensure that not just to myself, but that other person that will likely be affected in the event of, something happening that I never thought would. And it's probably never my fault. It's probably it could just be accident that just happens once in a while. How do I ensure that this individual that is there is not left out in the cold? That is the essence of us having that insurance in place. So when the IG says, talks about the protection, the IG
and the safety measures.
Yes, and the safety measures. So you are there on the road is a safety measure for you to ensure that, number one, you are conscious of the fact that there's always the risk of an accident. That consciousness is there. It brings back the consciousness, because some people, if you're not careful, some people, when they're on the road, they are just there. They drive anyhow,
recklessly.
They are not conscious
without caution.
They are not conscious of the other person, the other individual, the other people that are on the other road users. And it's key when you're on the road, the consciousness of the fact that there are other road users that could be affected by your own actions, whether
or inaction,
or inactions, whether knowingly or unknowingly.
For as long as you are driving on the road.
As long as you are driving on the road, as long as you are driving on the roads, some other people could be at a risk.
Absolutely.
Yes. So that consciousness, this brings home the consciousness of the fact that yes, insurance talks about, that consciousness of the risk at any point in time when you are out on the road there. That also keeps us. That mindset will continue to drive home the importance of being careful while you are on the road. So this is not just about you go and buy insurance. This is also about the fact that bringing home the consciousness, the awareness all over again of the importance of being careful while we're on the road, the importance of always thinking of the other road user at any point in time when we are on the road. So it's all encompassing. It's talking about insurance. It's bringing
in totality, encompassing.
Yes, it's bringing the importance of safety to
bear.
Yes, to bear on the people while we are out there. It's bringing the consciousness of safety to us all over again. In the event that we have all forgotten, in the event that we just want to be on the road, we just want to rush from point A to point B, just to get everybody out of the road. I just want to get to where I'm going to. The consciousness of the fact that there are always risks right there.
All right, we must take it that there are always risks out there. So what are the stipulated requirements?
Okay.
As it is, because the police also emphatically stated that clearly, that stipulated requirements must be met to acquire it.
Yeah.
So what are the stipulated requirements?
So for a third party insurance, even for comprehensive, it's just as simple as I have a vehicle, I approach my insurance company and I obtain a third party. I pay my premium. That's the first thing. I pay my premium and I pay the right premium.
When you say the right premium?
Yes, and I insure with an insurance company, not just on the roadside, a licensed insurance company. You're not just approaching anybody
That's right.
that you see at the licensing office.
Okay.
Because it happens. I don't know. I know Lagos State has done a lot to clear that. I don't know if it still happens in some of the states where you have different people at the licensing office who have no business with insurance at all, and they talk of selling insurance to people. They do not have any business with insurance at all. They are no agents of insurance companies. They are no brokers of insurance companies, and they are holding fake certificates of insurance companies that had gone moribund years back.
Over the years.
It's so unfortunate that you see such things. So when you do that, if you are carrying such insurance certificate, you are carrying an insurance certificate that is not valid, that is not useful. at all to anyone. So the important thing, first and foremost, is you approach an insurance company, or you can buy in the comfort of your home. You have a vehicle that you want to insure. You can buy from your phone. You can see it on your phone, and you can go to www.NIIP. NIIP is Nigerian Insurance Industry Portal, and shortened NIIP, www.niip.ng. When you go there, you will go through the steps, and you can buy your cover and you pay online. You can walk to the insurance
for ease of doing business.
Ease of doing business. You can walk up to an insurance company. There are over 40 insurance companies that are selling motor insurance, that can give you a motor insurance cover.
So what will be required of me?
What they require of you is to bring the documents of your vehicle, the registration
papers,
yes,
or
your
the
papers,
documents,
yes, that will show the vehicle number, the chassis number, that will give us details
about the ownership
of that vehicle, of the existence
of the
vehicle. Something that shows the existence of the vehicle, the ownership of the vehicle, and the fact that that vehicle is actually there. You go into an insurance company, they check all of that, they get the details of the vehicle, you pay your premium, and they are able to, issue you an new insurance certificate. You can go directly to the insurance company. You can go through the people who call your brokers. You can go through the agents of insurance companies that you know.
Genuine ones. Not
not just anybody else.
Fake ones.
Those
who impersonate.
Or those who impersonate.
That's right.
Most agents they work for insurance companies. You're able to, and you pay your premium. You pay your premium. When you pay your premium, the right premium, for the top
you keep saying the right premium, the right premium. Now let's understand this premium.
Yes.
The layman, the man selling meat in the market may understand, they may not understand that word premium. What are you really saying, and how much exactly are we looking at?
So let me just pick the common one, which is a private motor that we all.
The private, that's like my own vehicle.
Like your own vehicle.
And your own
vehicle, yes. If you are buying a third party, you pay 15,000 naira. If you are buying a comprehensive, it's a bit higher and it's different. For a comprehensive, is always 5% of the cost of that vehicle. 5% of the cost of
Can we break it down when you say 5%? Let's assume.
Yes, I bought my vehicle for 10 million naira.
Okay.
So 10 million naira, 5% of 10 million naira is the premium for that vehicle.
Okay.
So
for the private.
For the private, exactly, for the private. So once you pay your premium, you pay your premium. So let's talk more of the third party now.
Yes, which is we're just getting there now.
Exactly.
We're already there already.
Yes.
So the third party, what is the connect in all of this arrangement that we are giving it this importance, this sensitivity that is attracting already, because everybody is now like, have you gotten your third party motor insurance?
Yes.
That is what is going on.
Yes.
So how do we understand this?
Yes. Because first and foremost, it's mandatory. Secondly, it has benefits.
Yes. When you say mandatory, why is it mandatory? Before we go into the benefits and
it's
other things about it.
mandatory, first and foremost, because there's an act of parliament that makes it mandatory.
An act of parliament?
Yes.
That makes it mandatory
in Nigeria.
As a citizen of this country, you must
yes,
have
minimum of a third party.
Even minimum.
That's the minimum, because you can have a comprehensive.
Yes, if I have the money.
If you have the money. Once you have a comprehensive, you are good to go, because your comprehensive also covers the third party.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's already embedded. Your third party is already embedded in the comprehensive. Party. So if you have a comprehensive, you are just good to go. You don't need to go and get a third party again.
But the third party is considering that fingers are not equal.
Exactly.
You may have to come down to get the minimum to be
which
paid.
Is a third party.
A third party.
Exactly.
So,
and that is to ensure that while you are on the road there, the risk that you are exposed to, the risk of an accident that could damage another person's vehicle, or that
which is inevitable anyway.
Yes, which is inevitable. Or that could get somebody hurt. You could get somebody, in the event of the accident, somebody could suffer injury. That third party could suffer injury, bodily injury. So there's cover. So it's not going to be a matter of you are driving. It may not even have been your fault. It could just have been mere accident that just happened. We would not say because it's just not your fault, the other party has to suffer. So what government is saying is that other party must have access to compensation. Whether it's your fault or it's not your fault, there must be compensation for that third party. So let's look at it this way. If everybody has it, minimum of third party, you have, I have, everybody has. What it means is that for everybody that is on the road, for all the road users, there's cover for everybody.
Absolutely.
That's what it means.
By extension.
By extension. That's what it means, because everybody has.
Very logical.
Exactly. So nobody suffers. Why? If A has an accident with B, then that third party covers B's vehicle. That's if right. B has with A, everybody.
Vice versa.
Yeah, vice versa. So what it means is that everybody has access to compensation. Everybody
so that is the beauty.
That's the beauty of
it.
Obeying this law, and that's the beauty of making it mandatory. When you say mandatory, everybody must have. So when you have,
so it means the Act of Parliament was very clear by saying mandatory, taking cognizance of this beauty of what we've just said. Exactly. That it is a win-win situation,
it's a win-win situation
for everyone,
exactly,
so to speak.
For everyone, yeah.
So that act gives the importance attached to it by the Act of Parliament. So when we talk about the significance, given all of this, it means I'm glad that at any time is a winning situation for me. And for you is a win-win-win situation. Yeah. So that is the significance.
That's the significance. Nobody is scared while you're on the road, because while you are there, you know that, okay, the other person has an insurance. So in the case of anything, this individual will not come begging. You know what we do here in Nigeria? A vehicle hits the other vehicle.
You start to beg.
You start to beg.
When you should have taken caution.
You should have taken, exactly, you start to beg. So when you beg, what does that mean? Are you saying I should go use my money to repair my vehicle? Because you're begging me. So you don't have to beg me. Just have recourse to your
with
insurance.
The mandatory third-party motor insurance, we are good to go.
We are good to go. Everybody wins.
And for just 15,000.
For 15,000 for private motor, everybody's good to go.
Well, we must be conscious, my DJ. We must be conscious here of impersonation. We must be careful here of fake operators. And you know what I am saying.
Yeah. Yes.
So this brings to mind verification. How do we verify the genuineness of a third-party motor insurance if we are to have it?
Okay.
How do we verify that this one is genuine? It's very key.
Yes. So the Nigerian insurance industry has, gone a long way to ensure that we're able to put things in proper perspective. So there's a verification platform even within the industry. We call it NIID. NIID means Nigerian Insurance Industry Database.
Okay, from there.
Yes, from there.
From the database.
Yes, from that database. You go to Ask NIID. NIID means Nigerian Insurance Industry Database, but it's taken as, you use the acronym Ask, ASK, NIID. You understand?
I
ASK,
do. I'm following you.
ASK, which is askNID.org.
And that will give me everything I need
on your phone.
To know.
On your phone. That platform opens. You slot in the details of your motor vehicles, and it confirms. You are able to verify.
Instantly. Even at the convenience of
at
at the comfort of your home.
In the comfort of your home. In the comfort of your home.
So, which means a lot of work must have been put in place to ensure the successful implementation of this policy.
Exactly.
It's not just waking up to just talk about what is not doable or practicable.
Yeah.
But because we are conscious that Nigerians can be smart at times, so this verification is very key.
It's very key. It's very key. It's very key.
Well, if we look at it that way, then let us look at the consequences of not having a third-party motor insurance. What will happen if I choose to damn the consequences? Like some will say, pardon my Yoruba language, nothing will happen. That will always settle. Is that a right way to go? Or is that a better way or the better option?
Definitely not. Definitely not. Because if you do it at some point, the law will catch up with you.
At another point.
At another point. That's one thing with the law. You could get out of it today, tomorrow you won't get out of it. And there are consequences for bad behavior. The act in itself says you are liable to penalty of up to, I think, about 250,000. That's what the act says, or 1 year imprisonment, or both. Or both. That is what that act in itself says. So there are consequences even in the act, because the law of the land, and the law of the land is meant to be obeyed. So there are consequences. In Lagos State today, if you drive on the Lagos routes without insurance, without your motor insurance, you are not going to go scot-free once you are caught. In fact, with the camera and all of that Lagos State has been utilizing, and all of the partnership that the industry has with Lagos State, that NIA has with Lagos State, the issue of enforcement has been, quite good with Lagos State, and everybody is aware. A lot of people are aware of insurance, especially within Lagos State.
Lagos, of course you give it to Lagos. It's a country in a country.
Yes, exactly.
Some will tell you that, but Lagos is a country
and
in a country.
It's also extending to other states of the federation. So whether you are driving your car, you are driving an articulated vehicle, you are driving your commercial and all of that, you are meant to have minimum of third party. But the private is 15,000. For articulated vehicle, I think it's about 100,000 or so. For
articulated vehicles, about 100,000. The premium differs.
The premium differs, of course, because the risk also differs. A Dangote vehicle is different from my own car, so the risk would always differ.
But much as we talk about the importance,
even Okada.
We mustn't even go there, though. But they must comply.
They must
whether
comply.
They like it or not. Okada too must comply.
Yes, they must comply. Okada is about 3,000 or so. They must comply.
It's even good, at least.
It's
a sense of belonging to everybody.
It's a sense of belonging to everybody, because there are risks around what they do as well.
But a question someone was trying to ask in the course of our discuss sometime yesterday was like, can motorists really understand the necessity, the importance, and of course the benefits of this thing, that it is for their good? And I said, wow, but maybe when I see the DG, I will ask, do you think they will really understand?
They may not understand fully well now, but I think with constant engagement and awareness, they will
with constant engagement and awareness.
And that responsibility rests on us in the industry, as an industry, to ensure that the public is aware, we're able to engage the insuring public, let them know the benefits of insurance out there, let them know people have accidents and they are left on their own. some are abandoned in the hospitals, and they are left to fend for themselves. Some die, and it shouldn't be. So when people understand the benefits, when we continue to engage them and they understand the benefits, they know how to claim their rights.
They know how to claim
their rights. They know
their
what
rights.
to ask for. It's not fighting. It is being able to claim my rights under the law of the land. So the more awareness we are able to create, we will continue to create, the more engagement we will continue to have with the insuring public through our various programs, the more people will be aware, the more people will know the benefits of, insurance to them.
So
and they can over time.
We believe that this insincerity of purpose, my DJ, if well implemented, well enforced, as assured by the police, that it will significantly improve road safety and reduce accidents on our roads. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. I agree.
How do you?
Because awareness does a lot. Education, has a lot of impact on the psyche of the people. Education is key. Awareness is key. Sensitization is key. When a good majority of the people, when they are aware, of a particular, aspect of our living together, it helps. If everybody knows about insurance, about the fact that, there's something called auto insurance out there, it also brings your mind. It takes your mind back to the fact that there are always risks at every point in time. There are risks on the road, and you have to be careful. And you know that ordinarily as human, nobody prays to be on the road and gets involved in an accident. Nobody prays so.
That's right.
So that consciousness is also there. Though I have insurance, but I don't want to also...
At the same time, it's not for me to be reckless.
I don't want to be reckless. I don't want to injure somebody else on the road.
Because I have insurance.
Because I have insurance. I don't want to.
So it will bring consciousness of safety measures. All right, we'll take another quick break here now. When we come back, we'll wrap this up with my guest, Mrs. Bola Odukale, Director General, Nigerian Insurance Association, NIA, taking us through the understanding of this advocacy on the new enforcement of the third-party motor insurance. We'll be right back after this time now. Welcome back, and it's still Issues and Trends with Obafemi Craig. And if you're just joining us, well, my guest today is the Director General, Nigerian Insurers Association, NIA, Mrs. Bola Odukale. Together, we are looking at this ramping up of this advocacy on the new enforcement of the third party motor insurance, which of course, according to the police and by the Act of Parliament, takes effect from the 1st of this month, and of course it's already in place, and we are trying to see how much we can understand how this will work, the operations, the modalities, the functionality, what is it all about, and how do motorists really gain and ensure the safety we are talking about, and to ensure that the risk is also reduced in terms of accident on our roads. These and more are what she's been sharing with us, and she's still very much here to conclude issues on this concern. So, DG, it's good to say that you are so very much here again, and
yes,
really ensuring that this advocacy is pushed to the best of what we can for people to understand. Now, let us look at it from this angle again. Now that we know what it is as we speak, someone was saying that. How do I make claims in a third-party motor insurance scheme as this?
Okay.
Is it easy, or what are the processes of this engagement?
Okay. It's easy and it's simple.
It is easy and it's simple.
Yes, it's easy and it's simple. As long as you have your insurance in place and it's valid.
As long as you have your insurance in place and it is valid.
Exactly. Valid means you take up insurance within a space of the period of cover, 1 year, 6 months, whatever is the period of validity. Usually
whatever the period of validity.
Usually it's a year. You have a year cover and it's there. Once that year rolls out, you have to do what we call renewal. So as long as your insurance cover is valid within the cover period, there's an accident, all you need to do is to contact your insurance company.
Contact your insurance
company. Contact could be through phone. You could make phone calls. You could send an email. You could walk into the insurance company. You could walk into the insurance company and report, this accident that your insured vehicle has just been involved in. You report, you speak to them, you report, and definitely they will ask questions. They probably will give you a couple of forms to fill to elicit information regarding the claim, regarding the vehicle, regarding the incident. And a few steps are taken to identify, to check up on the injured, on the accidented vehicle, the third-party vehicle that is already accidented. A few steps are also taken to ask questions around, some of these things. At times, police reports could be required. In some instances, police require, when there's an accident, ordinarily you call in the police.
That's right.
So that would also be required. And in a very short period, your claims will be paid. They do assessment of the vehicle that was damaged. If there is bodily injury to third party, that is also, covered. All the insurance company needs to do is to verify the fact that this claim has occurred.
And the verification must show the genuineness of the certificate of the insurance.
Of course, your insurance is already running because you already have your certificate anyway. So the certificate does not come to play at this point.
At that point.
Yes, at that point, because now there is claim. So the insurance company won't be talking of your certificate because it's still within the validity of the period of the time.
So a key word again here is validity.
Yes.
Like premium is key. Validity is also key.
I'm mentioning validity because you see people who take up insurance January to December, 1 year, good. By December, it expires. When they are meant to renew in January and pay another premium, they get weary.
That's right.
And you hear something like, okay, I don't have money, or they just keep quiet.
And the thing will lapse and will not
something
do that.
happens in February.
And that becomes a problem.
That becomes a problem. You now find out that you don't have an insurance cover in place. You had last year, but this year you don't have.
A month gone by, 2 months gone by.
Yes, 2 months gone by. You do not have your insurance in place. So your insurance is key. As you plan for every other thing, also plan your insurance along with it, so that there are no gaps.
No gaps?
Yes, so that there are no gaps in the cover.
Now, for the police, is it going to be the same process of what I can do for them to verify the genuineness of the insurance certificates that I have?
Yeah, the police, they also know how to verify the genuineness.
They work in collaboration.
Yes, they work in collaboration.
To know that this is a...
Yes, they know. They are very much aware of the platform, of the asknid.org platform. They are aware of it.
It means we are there.
We've
and I
been in
believe
collaboration with the police for a while. We've gone through conversations at some level of
because we can see that they are playing a key role here.
Key role. They are.
It's like they're taking it as a job of a necessity that must be a task that must be done.
Because they are also key stakeholders. They are law enforcement agents. They are key stakeholders when it comes to the issues of the law of the land, because they are law enforcement agencies. So they are there to ensure that laws are obeyed, that people complied with the law
accordingly.
Yes, accordingly.
In line with the
law of the land, with the rule. Yeah.
Well, I must let you go, Ma, with all due respect to you, but not without asking you, what would be your advice to the motoring public, looking at the, I can say it's a new insurance scheme. It's been there.
It's been there.
It's just that we are trying to assert that the minimum should be a mandatory thing that you must have.
Exactly.
So in this case, what will be your advice to the motoring public?
Okay, so my advice is, please ensure that you have your insurance cover in place, the minimum of which is a third-party motor insurance cover. You could have a comprehensive. If you have a comprehensive, it covers for your third party. Ensure it's important as you plan every other aspect of your financial life. Also include your insurance for your vehicle. Also ensure that it's included there. And this current enforcement that is being handled by the Nigerian police is not to harass anyone. Is not to give anyone any problem on the road. It's just so to ensure that we're all compliant with the law of the land. Just so to ensure that everybody has access to compensation in the event of an accident on the road.
The unexpected.
Yes, the unexpected that may happen. Just to ensure that everyone can access compensation. It's for the good of everyone. So if everyone does, it's for the good. It's like being your brother's keeper in the event of the unexpected happening.
Is there a deadline?
In time.
What is the deadline?
There's no deadline.
As we speak.
The only thing is that once your vehicle is on the road,
ensure that you quickly get it done.
Yes, once you
before you are caught.
Before you're caught. For you to move from point A to point B, even from your house to the bus stop, ensure you have insurance.
I hope you are doing a lot of sensitization for people to understand that they must get this done as quickly as possible.
We'll do much more.
What efforts are you doing?
Yes.
This is one part of it that you are talking about. Advocacy.
Yes. The industry is doing a whole lot through social media, through engagements. Public engagements is what we are also going to ramp up on to ensure that the public is aware, not just to buy, is also aware of the
mosque,
value.
Churches, mosques, the marketplace.
We'll use every
opportunities, windows that you have.
Every window of opportunity
to preach this
gospel. So we are in the days of social media. It's all in the social media now. Everybody, have it.
We must thank you.
Medium or the other.
We must thank you so very much, Mrs. Bola Odukale, Director General, Nigerian Insurance Association, NIA, for this time with you. And we can only hope that together, in this collective drive, we'll make the best of it. We thank you so very much for this time.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me here today. Okay.
Well, viewers at home, I think we've done our bit. You've heard it all, and we can only appeal that it is a collective will for the collective good of the common good of everybody. So let us please tell somebody. See, there's a common saying, when you see something, say something, do something. Let's pass on this good news, and let us all ensure that we fulfill righteousness, all righteousness, so that the long arm of the law do not catch up with you. You can't escape for too long. The long arm of the law may catch up with you. So let's do it right so that we can get it right together. Let's see, whatever. Let's just see that we do the right thing. We'll see you again same time next week, God willing, on Issues and Trends with Obafemi Craig. Thank you for now. See you next week.